Welcome everybody to Yamaha's 2021 MT-07. This is one of the upper echelon offerings in the middleweight naked bike category. It's a 689cc parallel twin engine. It has 74 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. And for 2021, Yamaha had to address the emissions and the ECU tuning to make it comfortably compliant with the new European regulations for emissions. So there's a new 2-to-1 exhaust system and a little bit of different in the ECU tune. But they took this opportunity for updating the 2021 model year with a few other critical things that changed the visual flair and some of the smaller riding elements of this motorcycle. So first of all, we've got this new headlight cluster with these daytime running light elements that really give this Yamaha a Transformer Alien-esque look. I think it looks fantastic. There's LED lighting all around, a new TFT screen. The front discs have increased in surface area. They're 16 millimeters bigger than what they were previously. So the brake pads are now 298 millimeters up front. And there's a new variety of different paint colors. Now the weather's about to come down on me, so I'd really like to get on the road right away so I can show you what this Yamaha MT-07 is like on the road. So in the world of motorcycles, parallel twins are probably one of the most common engines out there, and they are, at best, a bit unemotional, a bit utilitarian. So what Yamaha has done to make this parallel twin seem a little more characterful is by using a 270-degree crank. They label it as a cross-plane crank, and that's what the CP2 means on the engine casing. So essentially, when one cylinder is at the top dead center, the other one is making its way halfway up the other cylinder. And when you're at a stop, you can really hear that rumble. You can tell the difference. And it's a nice little rumble, certainly adds what Yamaha is trying to do, adds a little more character to this engine. And this, in many ways, is a very nice motorcycle to rev out. It doesn't initially feel all that quick, but you glance down and you take a look at your speedo and you're doing some pretty shocking speeds really without ever trying. You've got a 6-speed transmission here on the MT-07. No quick shifter is available, but that's not unsurprising in this sort of class and this sort of price point. And I should actually mention that the MT-07 retails for $8,800 here in Canada. Now there's a lot that you could choose from in this class, but I think what Yamaha might have one of the great advantage over its competitors is the 406 pound wet weight and just how light this motorcycle feels. I've never been on a motorcycle that felt this nimble and this easy to ride at low speeds. I think one of the common questions for a motorcycle like this is that if it could be a beginner motorcycle, could it be your first two-wheel toy? And although I would personally be against the price point of this being someone's first motorcycle, if you have the money to spend it, you want to spend it, this is honestly one of the most capable entry-level motorcycles that I've experienced. And you know, we can't even call it entry level. It's a 689cc with 74 horsepower. It is very much on the higher end of this middleweight category. But instantly when I got onto this thing, the front end felt so nimble. I'm riding side to side now and wiggling about on the handlebars. It all feels very light, but at the same time very stable as well. You know, I can move about with as much vigor as I please, but when I want to be dead straight on a highway, keep myself upright against a very windy day like it is today, the MT-07 is very capable of doing that too. I have found that the suspension and the seat itself is on the stiff side, even for something in this naked category, but Yamaha is labeling this bike and all of the other MT series of motorcycles as hyper naked, so I'm gathering that this was part of their decision making to make a firmer, stiffer bike, and maybe that's what helps out with this thing feeling so nimble and direct on the road. But after an hour or two of riding, my butt is sore, my back is sore, and that's something that I haven't experienced on many other motorcycles of this sort of category. got an open bit of road here. I'm going to downshift and let's give it a rev. Yeah, the exhaust isn't dominant. Neither is the engine rumble either. It doesn't sound distant, but it isn't overpowering. But at least it's honest. And I like that about this product. Really, there's only two things I don't like when I'm riding the MT-07. I don't like having the dashboard in front of the handlebars. I don't like how I have to really look down and take my eyes off of the road to see what speed I'm going, or if I've accidentally left my indicators on. Perhaps it's something you would get used to, but I've been riding this thing for a week now, and I'm not used to it. It hasn't become second nature to me yet. And the second thing, it's a little less important, but having the stickers underneath the clear coat is something that, to me, really shows a premium nature of a motorcycle, something you would see on the equivalent Honda, let's say, and you don't have that here on the MT-07. Hardly the end of the world, but like I said, to me it shows that a little more of your money is going into the manufacturing process of this motorcycle. So to conclude all my thoughts on this MT-07, it's a bike that really fits its mission, I think, very well. It's something that I want to continue riding. I've enjoyed living with it for the past week, and just all of the low speed maneuvers that you can do on this motorcycle builds so much confidence that if you really are looking to spend a fair amount of change on what could be your first motorcycle, building those low speed skills I think would be incredibly easy to do on a motorcycle like this Yamaha MT-07. I love the looks of this thing. It has enough of a personality to make it stand out against the inline triple or inline four engines of some of its newest rivals. So if you're out shopping in this middleweight category, the Yamaha MT-07 has to be on your list. So thank you very much for taking the time to watching this video, and I hope to see you again on the channel soon.